Hello traders and welcome back to the Market Crux. Let's look for the top trade ideas for tomorrow. Let's start with Bank Nifty. So on the daily chart, if you see Bank Nifty once again made one more indecisive candle over here. Not a very good sign for the bulls basically, that this candle looks to be a bearish one basically, though the opening and the closing remains green still, but then still I feel that this is not a good sign basically on the long side. So let's just quickly move on to the 15-minute time frame and look at what is there for us to trade tomorrow. So if you see on Bank Nifty 15-minute time frame chart, there is this clear trend line which has been like, except this first candle, forget about it. A lot of volatility actually in the opening session today. But then if you see, it has been respected pretty well over here, and on the bottom also, if you see, this is kind of creating a symmetrical triangle. So tomorrow's session will be very important basically. Clear cut, both side you can trade on the break of these trend lines. So if on the upper side the trend line breaks, then there is a good possibility that we might test this zone on the top once again. This is the key decision point in the gray area over here, and if you see, multiple times Bank Nifty has tested this and currently trading below this, so this will be acting as a resistance. 38,500 is what I am talking about on the spot chart. So on the break of this trend line over here, you can take an entry somewhere around 38,320, 38,300 plus odd levels basically over here, and then your first target will be the lower range over here, 38,400. So it will be making about 80 points trade for you, and then the second target will be 38,500, which is the higher side of this range over here. Keep about 50 to 60 points stop loss, and 1:2 risk to reward ratio is what you should be looking for, not more than that. I would expect that Bank Nifty might also give a lot of whipsaws even tomorrow, and then we can have a range bound day or some increased volatility day tomorrow as well basically. On the lower side, like again more convincing setup, as I mentioned that today was the kind of bit worried kind of candle for the bulls. So if the Bank Nifty breaks below this trend line, there is good convincing setup that even we may test up till this 50% retracement, which makes it like 37,900, 30 odd levels basically. So about 38,000 below, I would prefer that below this range you should be shorting market, not on just break of this candle. Let's break of this trend line, let's make it more convincing setup, more confluences basically. So below this swing low, you can go shorting, go for shorting 38,147 odd levels, and your profit target will be 1:2 risk to reward ratio, 60 points stop loss you can take, and you can take the trade basically. So about 120 points will be your first profit target. Ultimately, if it breaks below and sustain for 5 minutes, there is good opportunity to even test 37,930 odd levels basically. Okay, so this is for the Bank Nifty. Let's move on to the Nifty. Once again, as I mentioned yesterday, that we are actually supposed to kind of get a lot of resistance in this zone over here. This is the gray area, which is key decision point up till 18,340 plus odd levels. Nifty will be again kind of facing another round of resistance. Today, a pretty good decent bullish candle over here. You can go long only and only above this gray zone basically. Okay, so for tomorrow, what will be your trade plan? Let the Nifty actually trade above its daily high, today's high, convincingly break above this 18,340 plus odd levels for 5 minutes. If sustains there, you will be taking a long trade. 30 points stop loss, about 50 to 60 points will be your profit target. On the lower side, if you see on the 15-minute time frame candle, check it out. This trend line is respected from quite a many days over here, about 6 to 7 sessions. This trend line has been respected. Above this trend line, do not short Nifty. Let it break below this key decision point, the gray zone over here, and break below the trend line as well. There you can take a entry with about 30 points stop loss, and 50 to 60 points profit target is what you can look for in Nifty. Looking at Nifty, it's not that bearish like Bank Nifty, so I will be more convinced if we are shorting Bank Nifty instead of Nifty basically. Okay, today also it has been seen that Bank Nifty was in tremendous pressure for the session, but then Nifty kind of holding on the highs and not let the bank Nifty crash appropriately basically. So if Nifty remains a bit of weak tomorrow, bank Nifty will free fall. So that's my favorite candidate to short tomorrow. Let's look at the top trade ideas on the stocks. So Tata Motors is my first pick. Very decent up move, very decent candle over here today actually. So we can go long in Tata Motors once again. I would be looking for it actually testing this zone over here, 538 odd levels. It should be testing, not if not tomorrow, then in coming couple of days. Tata Motors is also in my positional picks basically. We are already long right from quite low levels basically, 280 odd levels we are long, and I would still keep on adding for the target of 610 620 odd levels basically. So that is positional part, but then for tomorrow Tata Motors looks to be a decent pick. Look for the break of day high. 527 will be your entry level, and then keep a stop loss just below these. So many consolidation candles, lot of buying over here. Every dip has been bought back actually. So 523.5 will be your stop loss. It makes us good 1% risk, least 1 risk to reward ratio. So about 5 points minimum you should be looking on the upper side. No shorting in Tata Motors. Next stock is Ultratech Cement. Ultratech is once again, if you see over here, very decent key decision point has been tested today. And look at the volume. So there's some amazing buying volume actually over here. So let's move on to the 15-minute time frame and let it break above this gray zone, which is the key decision point. Sustain for 5 minutes over there, 7,916 plus. Stay 5 minutes, look for a long entry. Maximum stop loss will be 78.70. So that is going to make it about 30 plus 16 is like 46 points stop loss, well under within 1% limit, and then you should be looking for 1:1 minimum risk to reward ratio trade over here on Ultratech Cement. On the towards the closing, if you see over here, a lot of buying has been seen actually. Let it sustain, let it prove. Do not worry about these two red candles. There is some profit booking. Let the bulls take charge once again. Tomorrow we will be entering long around 7916 plus odd levels basically. Next week is JSW Steel. Once again, if you see, amazing key decision point has been tested once again today, and it actually tried to close just above this, couldn't really sustain. Moving on to the 15-minute time frame, how you should be planning your intraday trade. Once again, pretty much exactly same setup like Ultratech Cement. The gray zone has been marked around 702 odd levels. You should be entering. Keep 1% stop loss. 1:1 risk to reward ratio will be your minimum target, and then you can trail it further. Last pick for tomorrow is Tata Power, and on daily also, if you see over here, the Tata Power once again, similar setup, pretty much similar setup over here. The key decision point just above this. Now, if you see over here, there is a bit of gap over here. So 251 will be my entry. Do not enter in Tata Power just above today's high. So today's high is 249. So let it sustain. 251 will be your entry level. 251 somewhere over here will be your entry level. Keep about 2 rupees stop loss, 2 rupees profit target, minimum 1:1 risk to reward ratio, and then you can trail your trade. These many stocks for tomorrow, all bullish. Do not short these stocks. Let's once again connect to tomorrow. If you like the content, please like the video, share and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon to get all the notification. Thank you all for watching.